I'd like to invite you to the upcoming Vivencia workshop on the 22nd and 23rd of May, Saturday and Sunday, in Cambridge, Massachusetts. It's truly exciting for me to have this opportunity to explore again in a living experience what is this issue, what is this power of natural empathic intelligence. It is my experience that we can use language and presence in ways that create a deep empathic connection between people based on respect for everybody's needs and based on the audacity and the audacity to be authentic and the capacity to also train ourselves from the preferred pathways of how we choose to take other people's messages as offenses, as attacks, as put downs, as disrespect. There is the power. If one can learn to formulate one's living experience of the moment. This is what vivencia means in Spanish. My living, unique, personal experience of the moment. I cannot emphasize how precious, how mysterious it is to be able to put that into words. We all know that there are people that in a difficult meeting can, just with the tone with which they speak, change immediately what was going really very difficult. There's a recent video that has been shown of a cat that saw another cat be run over, and this cat comes over and is filmed while the veterinarian is called and arrives. It took, I think, 15 minutes. And this cat comes to the other cat and is present in a certain way and actually does apparently some sort of heart massage to it. But what impressed me about these images and has a relationship with vivencia is that when we are really present, how this cat was with the other one, really truly attentive to another human being, or truly attentive in expressing ourselves, there is an immediate power that comes from authenticity. People respond to this. It cannot be a cushion or a sort of a cloak or a cover for you wanting to get your needs and nothing else. If you just want to get your way, this is not going to work. This is truly when we're authentic in presenting ourselves, but we don't want anybody to give us anything that is not giving freely, and where the giver is nurtured as much by giving as we are by receiving. So that presence that I have been inspired by seeing this cat saving another cat, the veterinarian said that the cat would have probably died if it wasn't for this emergency intraspecies presence response. What inspires me about that is that there is something we can do to learn to identify what truly is going on in us in a certain moment. And then the art is in formulating that in 40 words or less, and in a presence where when you are in your vivencia, nobody's doing anything wrong, nobody's attacking you, nothing needs to really be changed in a certain urgent tone. You're too busy in vivencia. And the lived experience of the moment is not only for the sweet, beautiful moments. In every moment of your life, the most difficult and the sweetest, you are in a powerful vivencia. So we will explore that. How is it in a group to be attentive to tracking that when we're taking the floor, when we want to talk or communicate or intervene in a certain way, to learn the masterful precision of using very few words for a maximum of vivencia present. So we don't want the words to detract from our message. The second component that we will spend living laboratory time. These workshops for me to learn from vivencia, to develop your natural empathic intelligence is not something that is done in occasional workshops on when you get a degree or a title or no. This is a long retraining. Our habits are to feel something, to detect something, and immediately to judge, immediately to try to tell people that they are wrong, immediately to try to evaluate who's right, who's wrong. These are such deeply ingrown habits. So it's exciting to me to have this opportunity to continue this process with the group in Cambridge and the people that travel to Cambridge. As I was saying, the second component is listening, both in deep self-listening and the listening of other people. And for me, listening is really identifying and connecting with the vivencia. If it's self-empathic listening, then you really, and prior to speaking, prior to wanting to communicate, you need to identify what's going on in you. And we're so much in our ideas, our evaluations, our contextualizations. The more education we might have, the more elaborate they might be. So we need really many practical strategies to learn to really see what is going on in me right now. What am I observing? What are my feelings, my needs, and what do I want right now? The art of being present. And of course, the listening of others, which is how to connect with them, identify their vivencia, and then, of course, since it's about them and their unique vivencia, that although it is human and universal, it's also completely unique in the way that they're experiencing it right now. So you identify the vivencia, and then you check with them to see if what you're connecting is actually what's going on in them. For some people that have been to workshops on NVC, this could sound like it's the basic NVC again. For me, it's been 12 years exploring how to do this. Under pressure, in moments where I'm low on empathic oxygen, I have no clue on how to do the things that I have described in this short promotional video. I have no clue. I forget everything. So I'm the first one that's wanting to be there. I'm hoping that others want to be there. And I'll be there not as an expert, but as a person that wants to have an opportunity to see how we can come in a group, how we can have sessions with the group where I present stuff, how can we have small group practice, how we have some physical movement exercises, but particularly how we can see how life can happen in that day, in those 2 days, in a way that leads us to touch that powerful experience where without anybody submitting and anybody imposing himself or herself, we create empathic connection that everybody's needs count. And after that, we find strategies that nurture and meet everybody's needs. So I hope to see you there again, 22nd and 23rd of May in Cambridge, Massachusetts. Thank you.